No. All right, boys, we're just skipping the intros for today. No. All right, no. It's Sony, no. You can't. Well, I guess you can, but you shouldn't be doing this. Now, I have seen scams throughout my life, all right? I've seen my fair share of them. But I haven't seen one this diabolical, all right? Because Sony revealed the PS5 Pro, all right? It is a PlayStation 5 that is slightly, marginally, itty-bitty better than the last PlayStation, because they show that people really don't like the graphics mode on their PS5 because the game looks pretty. That's it. It doesn't run good at all. It runs like trash on PlayStation's newest and latest greatest hardware. So instead of PlayStation, you know, dialing back the graphics and making a more artistic style of game, instead of trying to make it look the most realistic, because there's a certain point where it's just like, all right, this is kind of unsettling how realistic this game looks. All right, boys, I think we all can agree there is like a fine point between, oh, I'm playing a video game and did I just commit a real life crime as a robot? But yeah, PlayStation has shown that most people really don't care about graphics all that much, because at the end of the day, most games already look pretty good with their art direction, and high definition graphics really don't do much whenever you're playing the game at like 30 FPS. No one's trying to play no game at 30 FPS. That's why they always set their games to performance mode. 75% of the time, people would rather have performance over literally the game looking better. I think that should be data showing, yo boys, we need a really good art style for each and every one of our games, so we don't have to trade quality for performance. This has been a wild past few weeks, like month at best, for PlayStation, because they were doing so good, right? They were riding high off a lot of their games, and then they crashed and burned whenever Concord came out. Everyone was like, all right, PlayStation's done. And then they came out with Astrobot. Everyone was like, PlayStation, you've saved my marriage. You saved my kid's life. You saved my soul. PlayStation, how could I ever forsake thee? You made a beautifully, wonderfully created game. Absolutely amazing. And then yesterday they revealed that the PlayStation 5 Pro is going to be $700. And the number doesn't change wherever you go. They didn't adjust this for inflation. Nothing. If you're in the EU, you're going to be paying the equivalent of $914 for the PS5. You are going to literally be paying the equivalent of getting a extremely good PC, a PC that runs better than the PlayStation 5. Now, boys, what do you guys think that they did to show off the brand new PS5 Pro? Do you think that they showed off brand new games that took, you know, advantage of their pisser technology?
Here's what we call the Big Three.
Technology so advanced where the Big Three is actually a Big Two, seeing that a larger GPU and advanced ray tracing are the exact same thing. But yes, boys, what do you guys think PlayStation did to show off this brand new PS5 Pro and why you need it? Did they bring out brand new games utilizing this technology to make you feel envious of them being able to see beautifully ray traced scenes in 60, if not 120 FPS? Or did they bring out 5-year-old games that people already played at, you know, performance mode instead of graphics mode, because the PS5 sucks at graphics mode? And they just like, hey, look, you can play the same game you played 5 years ago, but it looks slightly better. And don't get me wrong, people are saying, oh, can you spot the difference? But you can spot a difference, especially in like a screenshot like this, whenever it shows, oh yeah, whenever you turn on the graphics mode, you actually do see the graphics that you would have never looked at before. Because guess what? You're not paying attention to the little sniper tower up here in The Last of Us Part 2. Like, don't get me wrong, do the games look slightly a little bit better? Yeah, I guess. Like, if you're really paying attention to the pixels and you like up on the monitor. But I would assume most people that are using their PlayStation 5 are either playing Call of Duty, so they already don't care about the graphics, or they're playing on their big TV 15 feet away on their couch. Those are the only two people, and both of them don't even see the graphics difference. The people playing Call of Duty want the performance. The people playing the actual PlayStation first-party games wants to actually be able to play the game at a decent frame rate. Because guess what? Still, if the game's choppy, it doesn't matter how good it looks like trash whenever I see 3 pictures pop up and I get shot out of nowhere because I can't see where the person's shooting me from because that was part of a frame that wasn't rendered. And then on top of that, you're sitting so far away to where most of the detail is already lost by the time you see it from your couch. You're gonna be like, wow, this is a very beautiful game. Oh, this is on performance mode? Yeah, I'll keep it on that. Graphics mode, I couldn't really see a difference because you can't see a difference. You literally have to pixel peek to see the difference, right? We're not even going a graphical leap like from the PS2 to the PS3. We're literally going from the PS5 to literally another PS5. Like, it's literally marginally different. You might as well get a PC for $700, $900 if you're in the EU. I don't want to know what the Japanese people think about this because they're actually getting scammed by their own company. Like, by the time you trade in your PS5 and get 45 bucks from GameStop, you're not going to have enough money to actually get the PS5 Pro. And then on top of that, guess what, boys? Guess what, boys? We're in a recession. You wanna know how we're in a recession? The little plastic stand that everyone got with their first generation PS5 is now 30 bucks sold separately from the PS5 Pro. Just let it soak in, all right? I'm just gonna give you guys a minute. The stand that probably cost them $5 to make for your $700 PS5 Pro is sold separately because they really need to get their margins, all right? They can't really shave off that extra little bit, all right? That extra little bit, they can't shave it off, boys, all right? They can't do it. It costs too much to produce a plastic stand for your PlayStation 5. Like, don't get me wrong, most people are going to put it on its side. I have my own on its side, but I have my on its side on the stand because also you can put the PS5 on its side on the stand. But boys, if you want that stand, you really need to get that stand. 30 bucks. Little $5 piece of plastic. You can probably get a cheaper version of it on Amazon that will last just as long as the regular version because it's literally just plastic. 30 bucks. Come on, boys, you can't shave off any more prices. Everyone also thought that the PS5 Pro would come with a PlayStation Pro controller, seeing that if you're gonna be paying $700 for a controller that probably took them $70 to manufacture, you would have thought they would just throw that in, just like, hey, also with the PS5 you get a Pro controller. Everyone would be like, you know what? You know what? The Pro controller is about damn near $150, $200. I might pick up the PS5 Pro. Nope. It is a standard DualShock controller that comes in it, and I'm surprised that that comes in it if they're penny pinching a plastic stand. Also, boys, let's play a little guessing game. Tell me in the comments down below. I'm not even going to say anything. What do you think is missing from this picture of the PS5 Pro? It is a Pro model of the PlayStation 5, by the way. Just saying, it is the Pro model of the PlayStation 5. You know, marginally, like $200 more. All right, they had to put an extra $200 on top of the regular base PS5 to get those tiny itty bitty graphics in. All right, tell me, what do you think is missing from the PS5 Pro? I'm gonna give you guys a minute. Tell me in the comments down below right now. I'm not kidding. I'm gonna just be in the comments. All right, boys. As soon as this video goes up, I'm gonna be down there. I'm like, you got it? You didn't get it, brother? What are you talking about? Just tell me. Just tell me. All right, you locked in your answer? Did you type it in? Boys, as you guys can see, there's no disc drive. Yep, your $700 PS5 that is $200 more than the disc regular version of the PS5 doesn't come with a disc drive. Yep. Not only did they take away the stand that literally cost them nothing to make, they also took away a disc drive for the more expensive version of the console. The disc drive-less version of the PS5 was like $400, which was a pretty reasonable price if you're going to take away a pretty key feature of a console that uses discs to play games. Like, don't get me wrong, you can still download games, obviously, but like, you're telling me at one point you thought the disc drive was enough to shave off $100. But now you gotta add on $200. You can't shave it off anymore. The disc drive, you can't have that either. If you want the disc drive, you gotta buy that separately. Like, we're gonna get to a point where the PS5 is gonna have a telepathic version where it doesn't come with a controller or even a power supply. Power supply controller sold separately. But if you know how to telepathically boot up the PS5, I mean, like, it's yours, boy. The world is yours at that point. I mean, like, this showcase is just so pathetic. Everyone is roasting the PlayStation 5 Pro at this point all over the internet. And, boys, it's just so pathetic seeing a multi-billion-dollar company penny pitching like this whenever they don't have to. They are leading in the console race, and they're like, hey, how about we just scam our audience? And then this is how the PlayStation 3 lost. Really, because the PlayStation 3 was a very great console with very great games. But the console was extremely expensive, and that's how the Xbox 360 came in to take over. Too bad Xbox right now is focused on Game Pass, and for some reason they don't want to pivot back to console games anymore. Now don't get me wrong, as a PC gamer, I enjoy them bringing their games to PC, but also I understand that you need something to ship the consoles, like you need an exclusive, and I don't mind buying an Xbox One SX, whatever they're called, but there's no reason to. All the games, day one, are on PC, so why would I go get an Xbox? That makes no sense. I have a already like $3,000-$4,000 PC. I'm using that. Alright, I'm using the PC if I don't have to buy anything else. But again, Sony is just so pathetic for this. And you know what? They're in the race for who's more pathetic, Sony or Jinxie. This man, for some reason, has the world in the palm of his hand and is crying over a woman that never even liked him in the first place. Boys, click this video right here to find out what the hell is Jinxie crying about today. But other than that, don't forget to like, subscribe, comment down below. I always love talking with you guys in the comments. And other than that, I'll see you all tomorrow.